Okay, hello. This is Mr. Ahmed Khalifa. I know that many of my students are quite disappointed due to the cancellation, or let me be more specific, the postponement of March trial. My word to my students who woke up yesterday to the news of the postponement: better late than never. Remember this, better late than never. Let us not waste time and let us go to, if you have got the book, if you don't have got the, if you haven't got the book, so I'm gonna just send you the that file so you can print it out. RK writing test number 1. Let's go to the first question. The violet wood sorrel plant, beauty of leaf and blossom, is not the only attraction possessed by this charming little plant. So we're talking about that plant. As a family, the wood sorrels have great interest for botanists, since Darwin devoted such long study to their power of movement, and many other scientists have described the several forms assumed by perfect flowers of the same whatsoever. So here we have got a study. That study, if it is long, I think it's going to be a bit negative. Okay, so I will never go for long. I will never go for bursting study. Is it full study or exhaustive study? What do you think? I know that some people will go for D, full, but this study, as you can see here, it includes a sort of like several forms. Okay. In that case, I'll go for C, simply because here exhaustive means what? Comprehensive. You need to decide now, is it comprehensive study or full study? I think comprehensive because it includes many or several forms assumed by perfect flowers of the same species. Okay, so in that case, I'll go for C, as you can see. Let's go to question number 2. And question number 2, I'm going to start it from here. Some members of the clan, like this species or these pieces of of the plant. Some members of the clan also bear so-called blind flowers. Let us underline this or circle it. The so-called blind flowers, also termed what? Cleistogamous flowers by botanists, those experts in plants. Blind flowers never open and lack petals, yet they are able to self-fertilize. Even the rudimentary leaves of the seedlings go to sleep at evening, and during the day are in constant movement up and down. So what do you think? The question here, the writer is considering deleting the underlined sentence. Should the sentence be kept or deleted? Remember in that sentence, the previous sentence, I talked about what? About the blind flowers, okay? And here in that sentence, that underlined sentence, also termed Cleistogamous what flowers? By botanists, blind flowers. So I'm still talking about what? Blind flowers. Never open lack petals, yet they are able to self-fertilize. Okay? Let us go for A, kept, because it explains what blind flowers are. I think I'll go for this one. Let's go for B, kept, because it provides information that Darwin would find fascinating. This part is not mentioned, so here simply we can write no mention. C, deleted, because it blurs the focus of the paragraph by introducing loosely related information. Of course, blurs and loosely related information, of course, wrong. Deleted because it contradicts. It's the opposite of the passage's claims about what? Cross-fertilization, of course, no. So as you can see here, it's quite easy to go for like what? Kept. Okay, what we've done, We read the previous sentence and the following sentence, and or that the sentence that's underlined, and we can find out the correct answer. Let's go to question number 3. Question number 3, and we are going to start it from here. Okay, let me change color. I'm going to start it from here. Even the rudimentary leaves of the seedlings go to sleep at evening. Okay, that's one. And during the day, are in constant movement up and down. Okay, so tell me, are you going to go for A? Are you going to go for A? Let us see. So here, even rudimentary leaves of the seedlings go to sleep at evening, okay, and during the day are in constant movement up and down. What do you think? Let us go for B, for example, here. At evening and during the day they are, okay, remember here there is a subject and here there is a verb, and here we have got like what, fanboys. And you still remember the rule, ya shabab, okay? The rule is what? Fanboys is always preceded by a comma if it is followed by a complete sentence, and I think here there is a complete sentence. Here there is a complete sentence, so B is wrong. Let us go for C. And C, I should read it this way. Even the rudimentary leaves of the seedlings go to sleep at evening, and during the day. This is, again, subject and verb, complete sentence, and here what? And is a fanboy, but here it's preceded by what? By a comma. But the point is, can you tell me this refers to what? فبالنسبة لي أنا this is quite what? Ambiguous. Is quite what? Ambiguous, is not clear. So what about D? D is the correct one, simply because. The correct one, simply because. Let us read from here, يا شباب. تاني. Even the rudimentary leaves of the seedlings go to sleep at evening, okay? Then we have got a comma, then fanboys, remember this. During the day, they, subject, and what? And this is what? Verb. So in that case, I'll go for D. Why, teacher? Simply because I have a complete sentence here. Then we have got fanboys here, like and, preceded by a comma, and then we have got subject and verb, another complete sentence. You got the point, right? So that's why I will never go for what, ya shabab? I will never go for A. Why, teacher, not A? Because here there is no subject, only the verb. So that part is not a complete sentence, not a complete sentence. And here and is preceded by what? A comma. When A is going to be correct, if you crossed out what? The comma. If you crossed out the comma, the sentence should read this way. Let us read it together. Even the rudimentary leaves of the seedlings go to sleep at evening, and during the day are in constant movement up and down. That's fine, okay? But with a comma before the fanboys, particularly if it is not followed by a complete sentence, that's completely wrong. So in that case, we go for what? We go for D. Hopefully you understand. Tamam. Let's go for what? Let's go for number 4. Number 4, I'll start it from and, remember. And as for the mature leaves. So as for the mature leaves, okay, fine. Every child knows how they droop their 3 leaflets back to back against the stem at evening, elevating whatsoever. So I feel it's a good sentence. Okay, do you go for as, keep this for the time being, as with the mature leaves? Of course, no. Whereby, like by which, and whereby, by which? Of course, no. It doesn't sound okay. And as regards the sake of, that's completely what? Wordy, ya shabab. Okay, so I'm gonna cross it out. So in that case, I'll go for, of course, A. A, it makes sense. Let us read it together يا شباب. Again. As for the mature leaves, comma, every child knows how they droop their 3 leaflets back to back against the stem at evening. That's a good sentence, a good one. Let's go to question number 5. Transition. Question number 5 يا شباب, and I'm going to start it from here. Extreme sensitiveness to light has been thought to be true. Again, extreme sensitiveness to light has been thought to be the true explanation of so much activity. And therefore, this is not a satisfactory what theory? Okay, I want you all, please, circle this sentence, okay? And, sorry, therefore, this is not a satisfactory theory. And I think this part contradicts. Contradicts means what, ya shabab? Huh? It's the opposite of that part. If it is the opposite, I will never go for therefore, or because, or moreover. I have to choose what? Yet, because it indicates what? The contrast, the opposite. Thank you very much. Even this is very clear. Let us go to pronouns sort of questions. And I'm going to start it from here. Okay. This view that the sleep of leaves saves themselves from being chilled at night by radiation is Darwin's own, supported by whatever. Do you say it like, see if it sounds okay? This view that the sleep of leaves saves them from being chilled at night. Of course, them is quite correct. I will never say save themselves from being chilled, right? Okay. That's an easy question. Okay, so it's pronoun. تعالوا بقى number 7. Number 7 here طبعا saves them from being chilled at night by radiation is Darwin's own, supported by innumerable experiments. What do you think? Are you gonna go for innumerable? Like what does mean innumerable? Okay, it means numerous, sometimes incalculable. Okay, which is fine. And for me, it's formal yet accessible. Or are you going to go for infinite? Of course, no. I will never say supported by infinite experiments. Infinite, like endless. Numerous without bound. Without bound. أنا بالنسبة لي, this is sort of redundant. Needless repetition. Without bound means what? Almost the same. Lots of course, this is quite conversational. If it is conversational, don't go for it. And of course, you still remember the rule. In terms of register, we go for what? You remember formal, yet accessible. But for those who believe that innumerable is very formal, I don't think so. Innumerable, like numerous, like many, like incalculable. Okay, that's fine. So in that case, I'll go for A. Thank you. Let's go to question number 8. Combining sentences effectively. Okay, combining sentences effectively. Which choice most effectively combines the underlined what sentences? And as you can see here, if I look at this part, the 2 sentences are underlined. So I don't have to read this part now because they are both underlined. And here I don't have no change, of course. Let us read A. Now we are talking about that violet wood sorrel plant, right? We are talking about this in the previous paragraph and even in this paragraph. The violet wood sorrel produces 2 sorts of perfect flowers, reciprocally adapted to each other, but on different plants in the same neighborhood. What do you think?